Spanish and Italian are Romance languages that share a common origin in Vulgar Latin, and they have developed over the centuries in different geographical areas of Europe. Both languages share many lexical and structural similarities, but they also show notable differences in the phonetic-phonological, morphological, syntactic, and lexical semantic fields. In this video, we will analyze some of these similarities and differences to determine how mutually intelligible they are, these two languages. Both Spanish and Italian descend from Vulgar Latin, which spread throughout the Roman Empire and gave rise to the different Romance varieties of medieval Europe. After the Roman Empire fell, Latin stopped being a unified language. And, in the specific case of the Iberian Peninsula, it evolved in a particular way due to the influence of the Visigothic peoples and the later Arab presence in the territory. Meanwhile, in the Italian peninsula, Vulgar Latin fragmented into multiple local dialects, forming the basis of modern Italian. The Tuscan variety, more precisely the Florentine one, was the one that ended up having the greatest influence, largely thanks to writers like Dante Alighieri, Petrarch, and Boccaccio, who, with their works, elevated the Tuscan dialect to a position of prestige. But are Spanish and Italian really such similar languages? Next, we will break down some characteristics of these two languages. Let's examine the phonetic-phonological level. Both in unstressed and stressed positions, both languages have the same 5 vowels: A, E, I, O, and U. However, in stressed position, the Italian vowel system extends to 7 vowels, since it distinguishes between the open E and the closed E,
questo,
and the open O,
cuore,
and closed O.
oltre.
These open vowels in Italian don't exist in Spanish. Both languages lack nasal vowel phonemes, as is the case in other Romance languages like French and Portuguese. As for consonants, the number of consonant phonemes in Italian is quite a bit higher than in Spanish. On one hand, Spanish has 2 phonemes that do not exist in Italian: the J as in and the Z or the CE or CI, which are used in much of the Iberian Peninsula, as in
Corazon
or
ceremonia.
On the other hand, Italian has 6 phonemes that do not have a counterpart in Spanish. The sound of G in
Gennaro.
Although in Spanish there is one that can have a lighter sound. In words like
Yugo.
The sound of SC is in
Piscina.
The sound of V, known as voiced labiodental fricative, as in
Verde.
The voiced alveolar fricative sound of S in
Rosa.
The sound of the Z, T's in
Forza.
Sound and the sound of the Z, DZ in
Zingaro.
This is not counting the sound of 13 double consonants that Italian has, but Spanish lacks. The combination Q in Spanish produces the same sound as the combination CH in Italian.
Cherubin, cherubino, química, química.
The sound produced by the nun in Spanish corresponds to the GN combination in Italian.
Mountain, mountain.
Even similar words may differ by stressed syllable, for example.
Democracy, democracia, nostalgia, nostalgia, bus, bus, I manufacture, I manufacture.
In Spanish, the letters B and V, like in
Barco
and
green,
they correspond to a single phoneme B, while in Italian they are 2 different phonemes, B and V.
Sabato, green,
In Italian, the initial R is soft, while in Spanish it's strong.
Roma, Roma,
The pronunciation of GL in Italian corresponds to the L in Spanish in words.
polo,
And
family,
although this depends on the Spanish accent because it's not pronounced like that in all of them. The U, which follows the Q, is silent in Spanish while in Italian it's pronounced.
queso kilo,
The U, which follows the G before the vowels I and E, is not pronounced in Spanish but is pronounced in Italian, as in
guerra, guerra, guia, guida,
but if in Spanish the U has a diaeresis, it is pronounced.
agüero, penguin,
And to achieve the Spanish pronunciation, you have to combine G with H. In Italian,
cheetah, ice,
the syllables C and CI in Spanish are pronounced like che and chi in Italian.
cedar,
Cedar.
sky,
Sky.
At the morphosyntactic level, first we'll talk about the plural in Spanish. The regular plural is formed by adding S or ES, depending on the case. In Italian, it's formed by changing the ending, usually masculine O to I, and the ending, usually feminine, A to E.
mano, manos, cosa, cosas,
Mano, mani, cosa, cosi.
However, in Italian, words with stress on the last syllable have the same form in both plural and singular.
La città. Le città.
And in Spanish, words ending in a consonant form, they're plural by adding es.
altar, altares, ciudad, ciudades, reloj, relojes,
Regarding the definite article, both languages have distinctions in gender and number.
el,
Il.
la,
La, los, y, las, le.
Italian contracts the article when the next word starts with a vowel.
El amico.
el aquila,
And the masculine plural changes to G if the word begins with a vowel.
I libri. Gli amici.
In Spanish, there is the neuter article, which does not exist in Italian, used to express ideas or abstractions.
do what you always do. It's the opposite.
Both languages have morphological agreement of adjectives and nouns in gender and number. However, in some cases, the gender correspondence is opposite. Masculine nouns in Spanish and feminine nouns in Italian.
The analysis,
The analysis.
the map,
The map.
the air,
The air.
the valley,
The valley.
Feminine nouns in Spanish and masculine in Italian.
the blood,
The blood.
the flower,
The flower.
the milk,
The milk.
the salt,
The salt.
The indefinite article is exactly the same in both languages.
a,
However, the plural version in Italian is formed with the partitive, which is used to indicate an indeterminate part of a quantity, but the partitive does not exist in Spanish.
I ate bread,
I eat some bread.
I went out with some friends.
I went out with some friends.
Regarding demonstratives in Spanish, there are demonstratives of proximity for the speaker, este, esta, and proximity for the listener.
That one, that one,
In addition to the distance demonstrative,
that one, over there, masculine, that one, over there, feminine.
while Italian only takes proximity into account,
This, masculine. This, feminine.
and distance.
That, masculine. That, feminine.
Added to the fact that Spanish has distinguishable demonstratives for the neuter case.
That one, over there.
In Italian, the possessive is preceded by the article. In Spanish, it is not.
My book.
The my book.
My friends, female.
My friends, female.
Comparisons in Spanish are made with the conjunction que, while in Italian, they are made with the preposition.
D.
Mario is kinder than Juan.
Mario is nicer than Giovanni.
On the other hand, adverbs of quantity
Very and a lot.
in Spanish have a single equivalent in Italian, molto, which leads Italians to confuse their use in Spanish.
He is very intelligent.
He is very intelligent.
It's very hot.
It's very hot.
The only contractions of preposition plus article that exist in Spanish are al and del, while in Italian, the prepositions a, di, da, in, and su contract when they precede a definite article. Italian has the preposition de, which does not have an exact equivalent in Spanish.
Sewing machine.
Macchina da cucire.
Reference book.
Reference book.
From January to March.
January to March.
Italian has the locative form ci, which does not exist in Spanish, and is used to denote a place.
I'd like to go to Bogota. If possible, I'll go this weekend.
I would like to go to Bogota. If I can, I'll go there this weekend.
There is also no equivalent in Spanish for the particle ne, which is used as a partitive or genitive.
I bought 3 loaves of bread and ate one.
I bought 3 loaves of bread and I ate one of them.
Tomorrow we could go on a trip. What do you say?
Tomorrow we could take a trip. What do you think?
Both languages have almost the same pronominal forms. However, in Spanish, there is a pronominal reduplication that does not exist in Italian.
I don't like wine.
I don't like wine.
While in Spanish, the reflexive comes before the pronoun, in Italian, it's pronoun before reflexive.
My phone ran out of battery.
My phone ran out of battery.
Now we will talk about verbs. Both in Italian and Spanish, they have almost the same correspondence in verb tenses. However, their uses can vary considerably. Both languages have 3 groups of regular verb conjugations, those ending in r or r, or er, and or ire. For example, to love,
To love.
To love.
To fear.
To fear. To sleep. To sleep.
and verbs like
To decide.
Decidere.
To wait, I will wait. To wish.
desiderar and those that express doubt or fear. Italian adds the preposition di.
I've decided to wait here. I've decided to wait here. I'm afraid I didn't understand you. I'm afraid I didn't understand you.
The formation of compound verb, tenses in Italian, is done with the auxiliary verb essere for reflexive verbs, verbs that imply movement or transformation, and some intransitive verbs. The auxiliary aver is used for transitive verbs and some intransitive verbs. It should be noted that if the verb essere is used, it must agree in gender and number with the subject. In the sentence, in Spanish, only the auxiliary verb haber is used.
I woke up at 3. Mi sono svegliata alle 3. We went out to get to know the city. Siamo usciti per conoscere la città. I bought a new car. Ho comprato una nuova macchina.
The construction il indicates future in Spanish, while in Italian the simple future is used.
Tomorrow I'm going to buy a plane ticket. Domani comprerò il biglietto aereo.
Is there a difference between ser and estar in Spanish?
I'm happy. Sono contento. I'm Argentinian. Sono argentino.
Where ser is used for conditions that are unchanging over time, and estar is used when a temporary condition is established, among other cases. To indicate place complements, Spanish uses the preposition a when indicating direction and in when indicating location. In contrast, in Italian, the preposition depends on the place.
I go to Italy, vado in Italia. I go to Rome, vado a Roma. I go to church, vado in chiesa.
In Spanish, para and por correspond to the Italian preposition per. Para is generally related to purpose, while por is generally related to the idea of transit, or as a complement in the passive voice, among others.
This gift is for you. Questo regalo è per te. I do it for my country's peace. Lo faccio per la pace del mio paese.
In the lexical field, be careful with false cognates, or those words that are the same or similar in both languages, but have a completely different meaning.
Burro, burro, caldo, caldo, carta, carta, cintura, cintura, guardar, guardar.
Finally, it should be noted that there may be phrases that are extraordinarily similar in both languages, with the same meaning.
I live with an impatient, curious cat in a modest apartment with a green balcony and great view.
I live with a curious and impatient cat in a modest apartment with a green balcony and a fantastic view.
Just as there are phrases that can end up being very different.
From today on, we will have no choice but to obey the mayor's orders.
From today on, we will have no choice but to follow the mayor's orders.
How easy is Italian for you to understand? And if you're Italian, how easy is it to understand Spanish? Leave your opinion in the comment box. And that's all for today. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to this channel. I invite you to also activate the bell so you'll be notified when there's a new video. See you soon.